She's just expressed her worries about why your mom joined up with your sworn enemy, and you can come right out and say it. She's probably just evil. Yeah, I don't think that'd go down too well.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
Well, seeing as I never met Benezia before this, I'll take your word for it, Liara. Now, I'd like to talk about you.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Okay. Yeah, that does sound kind of lonely.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
Oh, do tell.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past.
Yeah, that does kind of make sense.
It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
Yeah, and who doesn't do that? Do something just like their parents just for the heck of it? That doesn't sound foolish at all.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha, you share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that.
Interesting.
I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
I guess we can. Well, we've exhausted all our conversation options with Liara at present, so I'm gonna say goodbye. See you later, Liara.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
See ya. Yeah, I really like Liara. Like, I've described her like this on my own time when I'm just sort of considering it, but she's like the little sister Shepard always wanted in this context. She's just so bubbly and excitable all the time and gets embarrassed at the smallest things. It's kind of funny, actually. And I kind of describe Tally like that sometimes. Like, she's really nice and I like her, and you would have to be a complete and utter dick to be mean to Tally, honestly. Speaking of Tally, we're gonna talk to her now.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Aw, what's wrong? You sound kinda down.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me. Especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
What's this? It's too quiet for you to sleep?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down.
I get it.
I guess you don't have to worry about that
Differences,
here.
having a
But
hard
old
time
habits die hard.
helping you adjust and all
But
that.
it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
You're homesick, huh?
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
Yeah, though I imagine you don't plan to count yourself among that number, do you, Tally?
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
Fair enough. Goodbye, Tally.
I should go.
See you later.
Yeah, I just love the way she responds to everything. Tally's just so bubbly and happy, and it's impossible to hate her. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about in this context, no one can possibly hate Tally. I mean, she might irritate Rex a little bit, but seriously, if you listen to some of the elevator conversations, those of you who have negative thoughts about Ashley, even Ashley likes Tally. They get along great half the time. It's ridiculous sometimes, but nice.
Commander, how are you?
Yeah, let's talk about you and C-Sec, Garrus.
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Stop being evasive and tell me.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was C-Sec, one of the best. I grew up
Following
hearing
in
about
family
his
footsteps, huh?
accomplishments, seeing
Guess
his
I can
picture on the
understand
stage
that.
after a big
It's
arrest.
like shepherding her parents
He's taking
being
my
in the
resume
Navy, I
pretty
guess. If you listen to the intro cutscene.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same
A
reasons.
Spectre? No kidding. You were asked to be a Spectre, Garrus?
You were asked to be a Spectre.
Oh,
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000.
yeah, I don't remember every
recruits.
line
I
of
could've
dialogue
received
in the
special
game,
training,
which
but
is
my
why
father
I'm
didn't like it.
surprised by
He
some
despises the
things.
Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability.
Yeah, it is a
He wouldn't
pretty
like
damn
you,
stupid move by the Council. The no accountability part, that is.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, C-Sec's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
You know that's not true.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
Yeah, get Garrus thinking about doing things the right way, and instead of just randomly going gung-ho on stuff. That'll be handy later on, I think.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
Yes, indeed.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
What? You knew Saren, Rex, and you didn't say anything?
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
Eh, fair enough, I suppose.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
Really? Saren's recruiting mercs?
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
This is going to be trouble. I can already tell.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out.
Spot on with those instincts, Rex. What was on that ship anyways?
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic
And the
weapons,
Geth
but
don't
nothing
need
big.
either, so it was obviously something
If there
else.
was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it.
Unless
That's why I didn't
Saren's
mention it
special
sooner.
army isn't just Geth, and he actually has organics. Who knows? Now tell me about the ship.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up
Yeah,
with you.
I'm just that special.
But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
I see.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Yeah, that's one of the slightly amusing things you can do. You can just go up and talk to him. Hello, goodbye, Rex Shepard, Rex Shepard, Rex Shepard. Which is kind of amusing up to a point. Hey, Ashley.
Commander?
How you doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
Yeah, well, for some odd reason, I actually believe her.
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad.
True.
Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
That would be kind of cruel, though, so please don't.
I don't think she's used to teasing, good-natured or otherwise.
No fun, Commander.
Yeah,
Too bad
I
those
like
ruins got
Ashley.
destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Let's talk for a bit, if you're up to it.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure, I was hoping to get a minute of your time off the record.
Of course.
I keep an open-door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
You mean because they're not members of the Alliance?
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
You don't trust aliens?
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies.
Well, the Krogan aren't council
We,
races, but that's
Humanity,
beside the point.
I mean, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Yeah, well, we still do need allies, you know.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
Yeah, I don't like the council, but that's a very cynical viewpoint to have, Ashley.
You got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist.
That's an
Look,
interesting way
if
to
you're
look
fighting a
at
bear
it.
and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
Why do you feel that? I have to ask.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
Okay, your service, huh?
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, ma'am. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
Rough subject change detected, but it's our business. We'll not poke too deeply. Anyways, you're from a military family, right, Ashley?
I come from a military family too. My parents were both Navy. Anybody in your family we might know?
Couldn't say, Commander. We probably have a lot in common. You join up to carry on the tradition?
Serve the Alliance and all that, you know.
Mainly I wanted to serve. Protect the Alliance, save lives, you know?
Glad to hear it. I'd hate to think you were out here for a free college education.
Oh, I like her. And yeah, I do understand your feelings, but you're going to have to work with aliens.
Alright, I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're gonna have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
Right.
I don't think kissing Turians will be necessary.
You never know, Commander.
Yeah, we should totally order her to kiss Garrus as a joke. That would be hilarious.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
So, we're going to head back up to the galaxy map. And the stupid loading screen will delay us. Of course it will. But first, we need to talk with Joker to get one of his funny lines. So, let's say hi.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I, pulled your boots out of the fire.
Yeah, are you sure you want that, Joker?
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
We've discussed everything possible with Joker,
I have to go.
so now we can just get
Alright,
his
see
funny
ya.
lines from him. There's also the fact that politicians irritate the hell out of me, Joker. And if they manage to piss me off enough to do something that would get me in trouble, I would blame you for it. And that would be bad for you.